Greetings, brothers and sisters, giving honor and glory unto the Most High, all praises. I was just actually playing back a video that I recently put out, and this video popped up on my screen that I did not click on. So as I look at the 144, that sometimes I see different numbers that kind of pull me in to say, take a closer look at this. So when I began to play it, didn't even really know what it was going to be about. But as I clicked on it, I saw that it speaks of the Exterminate All the Brutes of I want to say a movie. And I believe Big Judah had did a video about this also yesterday. But let's take a listen to it. It's saying 38 minutes, but I may not be able to play it that long. I will share the link with you all on this, but let's get as much as possible.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the Quarantine Report. I'm Amy Goodman, joined by my co-host, Nermeen Sheikh. Hi, Nermeen.
Hi, Amy, and welcome to our listeners and viewers around the country and around the world.
Well, Republican lawmakers are continuing their attack on schools for teaching students about the true history of the United States, from the genocide of Native Americans to the legacy of slavery. Last week, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell wrote a letter to Education Secretary Miguel Cardona criticizing what he described as the department's promotion of revisionist history, including the New York Times 1619 Project, which re-examined the pivotal role slavery played in the founding of the United States. In his
Well, I must add, Mitch McConnell is a slave owner descendant from both sides, from his mother side and his father side. So of course, he don't want this in his face. Let's continue.
Letter. McConnell wrote, quote, "Americans never decided our children should be taught that our country is inherently evil," he said. New York Times reporter Nicole Hannah-Jones, who created the 1619 Project, responded by saying, quote, "Republicans across the U.S. are pushing laws to mandate so-called patriotic education and to prohibit the teaching of the 1619 Project about the nation's racist past." Well, today we spend the hour looking at an epic new series that delves deeply into the legacy of European colonialism from the Americas to Africa. The documentary is titled Exterminate All the Brutes. It's directed by the Haitian filmmaker Raoul Peck. It's been described as an unflinching narrative of genocide and exploitation, beginning with the colonizing of indigenous American land. This is the documentary's trailer.
Here is the story we have been told in Columbus's travel journal. They were discovered.
So I must pause there, family, and very interesting. So I may come back with a part 2 if it goes out. But family, I must say, this is an era, starting off the bat, when supposedly alleged Christopher Columbus, my understanding that came, he never made it to the America, America. I want to say he was on the shores of South America or either one of the islands. But anyway, the people that they have portraying as Native Americans, that's not the way they looked. They were dark, melanated people. But that's the lie, that, to take away from truth, they want to bring in how people look at a later time once the intermingling has been done. My understanding is that our melanated people actually mingled or intermingled with Mongolians, or one of lighter color. And they rather claim that they were always on the land because of the lightness of their skin than to go back and claim that the people that were here was dark, melanated, with the Negro features. One may say with the wide nose and the lips, according to the thick lips, according to the statues that are found here of the different heads. You understand? But see, they still in a lie. And we need to, reclaim our true identity by bringing forth the real names that attach to us. They would be when you speak of Native Americans, you think of the Native Indians. That's why it's two different ways you hear it. Because really they're saying the melanated people were the Native Americans that were here. And this name wasn't even America. Let's make sure we even change that. My understanding that this island was called Turtle Island. And I have a documentary that I would love to share with you all at a later time to give you more insights about this land. But they're so willing to put people or ones up that look close to them in color or their exact color. And I truly believe that that was a part of our affliction, that Father separated us by the color. Because anyone who were light or white, they got the privileges, even though certain things did happen. So when they speak of all the things that have happened to the Native American, these people did not look the way they look now. They looked melanated. And the only way they got the name Indians is because they said Christopher Columbus thought he was going to India. He thought this was India. So they named them India instead of calling them, their true names. But anyway, I digress.
But there is no such thing as alternative facts. There is something we need to talk about. 3 words that summarize the whole history of humanity. Civilization, colonization, extermination. This is the origin of the ideology of white supremacy. This is me in the middle, and I just want to understand. Why do I bring myself into this story? Because I am an immigrant from a whole country. Neutrality is not an option. So you best duck. Or get out the way. It's time to own up to a basic truth. A story of survival and violence. We know now what their task truly is. Exterminate.
Did y'all see that picture? The pictures to when they were the color they were, then how that lighter they got as it went by. I'm not sure if he was trying to portray that, but I got it.
All the brutes.
Exterminate all the brute.
It's not knowledge we lack. You already know enough. What is missing is the courage to understand what we know. Who are we? What if, from the beginning, the story was told the wrong way? The nightmare is buried deep in our consciousness. So deep that we do not recognize it. And over the centuries, we lost all bearings. Because the past has a future we never expect.
That's the trailer for the HBO documentary series Exterminate All the Brutes, which is available on HBO and HBO Max. Time magazine said the series, quote, may well be the most politically radical and intellectually challenging work of nonfiction ever made for television. We're joined by the Oscar-nominated Raoul Peck, who joins us from France. He was born in Haiti, grew up in the Democratic Republic of the Congo after his parents fled the Duvalier dictatorship. His past films include I Am Not Your Negro, about James Baldwin, Lumumba, about the Congolese Prime Minister, the founding leader of Congo, Patrice Lumumba, and the young Karl Marx. Raoul Peck, it's great to have you back on Democracy Now! This is an epic masterpiece, this 4 one-hour documentary series. Can you talk about how you went from I Am Not Your Negro, which was the story of James Baldwin, to creating this masterpiece?
Well, basically, after I Am Not Your Negro, I went throughout the world with the film. I was fortunate to be able to see how the film was received in many different places. And one of the common thread through that was the type of reaction that you just mentioned, like Senate leader Mitch McConnell. This denial is somehow a sign that they feel that they are entrenched now. They are attacked. There is great fear about some sort of civilization going overboard. And it's, for me, it's a symbol that the type of lies, the type of propaganda, the type of abuse that we have been subject to during all these years. I'm old enough to have heard many other people like Nick Santorum, Mitch McConnell, and many others throughout the years. The only difference now is that we have the means to counter them. We have the means to tell the real story. And that's exactly
Hallelujah.
what we decided to do, to once for all put everything on the table.
That's right.
Without any semblance of holding back my punches. It was, everything is on the table. I've been on the table for a long time, except that it was in little bits everywhere. And because, science, sociology, and anthropology, etc., politics have been cut up in little pieces. So we lost the wider perspective. And the film does exactly